Thank you all. You may be seated. Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, members of the Academic Board and Governing Council, representatives from industries, invited guests, parents, students, and my dear graduating students. It is a great honor and privilege to welcome all of you to this 6th convocation ceremony of the Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management. Today marks a significant milestone in the lives of our graduates as they embark on a new chapter, ready to make a positive impact on the world. Their hard work and dedication have brought them to this point, and we are all proud of their achievements. We also extend a special welcome to the parents of our graduates. Your support and encouragement have been invaluable in helping your children reach this moment. And we are grateful for your presence here today. As we gather to celebrate this convocation, let us reflect on the importance of education and the opportunities it provides for personal and professional growth. The knowledge and skills our graduates have acquired will serve as a foundation for a lifetime of learning and accomplishment. Now, to seek the blessings of Almighty God, may I request Convocation President Dr. Priti Adani, Chief Guest Dr. Narottam Sahoo, Advisor and Member Secretary at Gujarat Council on Science and Technology, and Professor Dr. M. Muruganant, Director, Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management, to light the lamp.
Ya kundendu tushar har dhavala, ya shubhra vastravruta, ya veena varadanda mandita kara, ya shweta padmasana, ya brahma chuta shankara prabhrutibhi, Devai sada vandita, samam patu saraswati bhagavati, nisheshajarapaha.
Thank you all. Saraswati Vandana signifies the removal of the obstacle of ignorance in us and attaining light of clarity which is pure and fragrant. We submit to and invoke that aspect of eternal existence, Saraswati. May I request Professor Dr. M. Muruganant, Director, Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management, to declare the 6th convocation ceremony open.
I declare the convocation open.
Thank you, sir. The Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management has always worked towards creating a dynamic and inspiring atmosphere for students by exposing them to a varied and enriching experience that promotes growth and learning. May I now request Dr. Astha Agarwala, Program Chair, to highlight the accomplishments during the current academic year 22-23.
Respected Dr. Priti Adani Madam, President of today's function, Dr. Narottam Sahoo, our Chief Guest, and our Director, Professor Anand. Advisory Board and Academic Council members of the Institute, distinguished invitees and guests, my faculty and staff colleagues, the graduating students and their family members, and students of our current batches. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the 6th annual convocation of our institute today. There are times and there are difficult times, and those who have the courage and grit to navigate through the difficult times and see the opportunities there are considered as great. This graduating batch, 2020-22, is special to all of us, as they entered the institute during the peak of COVID. July 2020, when we initiated the batch by enrolling them, we all were facing tremendous uncertainty and fear, not only about our own health and our loved ones, but cautiously navigating in a world hitherto unknown to us of lockdowns and quarantines. But we are proud of all of you, the students who decided to treat the path of knowledge during such tough times, and we are grateful to the parents for having believed in us and cooperating during those daunting times. Now all that has passed, and we are moving confidently into a new world order, relentless on our promise of delivering quality education. As economic activity picked up slowly and industries and organizations got into the business as usual mode, we continued to march ahead with the responsibility to deliver the expected quality of education, the responsibility to connect with industry, and the duty to pursue excellence and keep doing it relentlessly. Despite the difficulties and slowing economy, we achieved 94% placement for the passing out batch, and all our students successfully completed their summer internships and industrial projects. And our career development cell has not only extended relentless support to the candidates during the process, we have also endeavored to add to their skill sets in alignment with the industry demand through various training and development initiatives. The thrust of an academic program in business management is imparting theoretical knowledge and enriching it with exposure to real world. And our niche specialization in infrastructure requires us to have an added element of appreciation to the realm of policy and regulation within which these businesses operate. Our conscious effort to improve the quality of academic experience to our students culminated in many-fold initiatives. We have put in place a teaching effectiveness framework to ensure connect with the industry, continuous upgradation of the curriculum, and conscious movement towards a model of holistic education. We invite industry experts to the classroom to interact with the students and ensure that at least 30% of the classroom sessions are enriched by their guidance in each course. We upgrade and update the course curriculum frequently to keep ourselves abreast of the cutting-edge research and policy announcements, and we are gradually adding elements in our education system to enhance human values. Effectiveness in teaching has to be matched with our efforts in research for creation and dissemination of knowledge, a pursuit enthusiastically taken up by our faculty members. Our faculty members have published papers in high-quality peer-reviewed journals and presented their research work and chaired sessions at prestigious conferences, apart from writing in editorial columns in newspapers and other print media. And now at Adani University, we have added another feather to our cap with the initiation of the PhD program, envisioned to create a class of world-class scholars with serious pursuit of high-quality research output. Expanding the horizons of knowledge in infrastructure domain, we continued with our endeavor to create platforms for dialogue between industry and academia. Center of Excellence in Transport organized a one-day conclave on national logistics and transport policy, where distinguished policymakers, industry representatives, and academicians got together to discuss the immense benefit the policy would confer on the ease of doing business and the challenges lying ahead. Public finance and redistributive policies are closely linked with infrastructure provisioning to the last mile. Recently, Center for Finance and Risk Management organized a discussion session on the central budget analyzing this very theme. Student clubs and centers of excellences organized several activities through the year to keep the students motivated and expand the horizon of learning beyond the classroom. Activities ranged from inviting expert speakers, workshops, field visits, sports, and cultural events, reaching out to the community and contributing in various possible ways. Our students have made their marks in lives of all those around. The institute envisages itself as a future knowledge podium for global infrastructure companies. To foster collaboration, our centers of excellences in renewable energy, surface and air transport, urban and real estate development, and finance and risk management are in the process of tying up with some of the institutes and organizations of international repute, such as State University of New York, University of Antwerp, Washington University, to name a few, and domestically also to various institutions and organizations. The centers are aiming on taking up real-life problems of infrastructure industry, facilitating seminars, talks, podcasts, and focused discussions involving industry and academic experts and disseminating the knowledge generated through various publication platforms. The Institute also offers executive education and continuing education programs to facilitate upskilling and knowledge enhancement in the informal space. Among other programs, we have designed and delivered specific interventions for airport operations and regulatory management, supply chain management, advanced infrastructure management, and many others. In the pursuit of creating and disseminating knowledge, reaching out to different sets of participants, and facilitating learning beyond boundaries, we wish to continue with. It is a day of celebrations and to feel good about our achievements. And I would like to pause for a minute and thank the team here with me, all of them, the faculty colleagues, the administrative staff, everybody associated with the institution. It gives me immense satisfaction and confidence to mention that though it is a small team we have here, each one of them adds immense value to the organization and brings their best to make our ambitions and aspirations into a reality. As is said in Hitopadesha, Udyamen hi siddhyanti karyani na manorathe. Any work is accomplished by hard work, not just by thinking high and wishing. So here's to keep working hard, something that we have also learned from our mentors and guides. We are grateful to the chairman of the governing board, Shri Gautam Adani ji, members Dr. Priti Adani, Shri Rajesh Adani, and Dr. Malay Mahadevia for their valuable support and guidance. Whatever we could achieve at AIIM over the last few years would not have been possible without their wholehearted support. Before I conclude, I take this opportunity to congratulate all the graduating students and wish them success in their professional and personal lives. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for sharing the accomplishments. A leader is not defined by the title they hold, but by the actions they take and the impact they have on others. Such a woman of distinction, and as the head of the family, Chairperson Adani Foundation and Trustee Adani Institute of Education and Research, Dr. Priti Adani focuses on the mantra of growth with goodness. I take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Priti Adani. Dr. Priti Adani is the chairperson of the Adani Foundation, which is the corporate social responsibility arm of India's Adani Group of companies. Ma'am has been working with a team of nearly 400 development professionals and has focused on uplifting the less privileged and the underserved in the remotest villages of India through a variety of transformative programs in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Under her guidance and leadership, the Foundation has made consistent progress in serving and strengthening 4 critically important social sectors: education, health, sustainable livelihood development, and community infrastructure. Today, the Foundation serves over 3.7 million people annually across 16 states of the country. Priti ma'am believes that given the opportunity, every individual can learn and prosper, and that a woman is every family's binding strength. This personal philosophy drives her to design, implement, and sustain empowerment and livelihood programs customized to meet the needs of rural communities in the hinterland, with an enhanced focus on improving the status of women. May I now request Madam to give away her presidential address.
Namaste. A very good afternoon to all. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Narottam Sahoo, University Provost, Professor M. Muruganant, members of the board and the Academic Council, members of the faculty and staff, and most importantly, my dear graduating students and your families. I'm honored to be part of this wonderful ceremony and to address all of you today. This is a terrific time to be a young Indian and also to be a professional in the infrastructure sector. Last month, I read reports that India's population is now bigger than China's. So today we are living in a country which is home to the world's largest and also the world's youngest population. The Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, recently said that this year's Union Budget adopts 7 priorities to guide India through the Amrit Kal: inclusive development, reaching the last mile, infrastructure and investment, unleashing our potential, green growth, youth power, and the financial sector. Almost all these priorities point towards the infrastructure sector and India's youth, and that is you. There is no denying in the fact that along with infrastructure, transportation, and energy management, technology is going to be the underpinning for a great deal of what we are doing and also what we want to do as a nation. These 4 elements will be the powerful engines of our country's growth, and you will be the engine drivers. And this is to not just with the economic prosperity and wealth, which is very important, but it is also has to do with the well-being of our people. Because when you grow, you can grow sustainably over a long period of time only if you take care of the basics of the people around you. And the basics include health and education. It is here that this institution's transitioned from the Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management to a full-fledged university becomes critically important. Equally important is the Adani University's visionary framework of 3 T's: translate, transcend, and transform. We want our graduates to translate information into implementation in such a way that it impacts the society through innovation and improvisation. We want our graduates to transcend the silos of disciplines and mental conditionings to create a new and impactful solutions. We want our graduates to bear testimony to their rich experience in transforming themselves in the service of the nation. Keeping these 3 T's at the forefront, the Adani University will focus on intensive research that addresses global and real-world problems. The university will offer formal, non-formal, and research programs for doctoral, undergraduate, and postgraduate degrees, and also certification programs at the intersection of disciplines. Friends, more than 35 years ago, I was just like one of you, rushing to college, sitting in classes, some of them very boring, some of them interesting, endlessly taking notes, making friends, and wondering, what will I do in future? When I look at all of you, I'm amazed that how the academic life has really changed. You have been very fortunate to have spent some of the most memorable years on this campus, and I'm sure you will definitely cherish them in times to come. I can tell you one thing which will never change, and that is the way every student dreams. Every student dreams for a better future, for a better life, and success. And that capability, that immense power to realize your dreams and hopes and aspirations is within each and every one of you. If you really want to do something, nothing can stop you. If you really want to do something, Nobody can stop you. I am trained to be a dentist, but destiny had bigger plans for me, and it offered me an opportunity in the development sector. I jumped in head first, and I think this was really a turning point in my life. So, friends, in your lives, there will be many such opportunities. It is important to just see these opportunities, grab them, and make the maximum potential use of those opportunities. Now I'm going to tell you I'm not going to tell you what to do or share any formula that you want to apply, but the fact is that you all are here today after completing the very important first leg of your own unique journey. It is a proof that you are capable of navigating the waters of life from here on. I say navigate because another journey is going to start from tomorrow. I say navigate because that's the true measure of your intelligence, your capabilities. As the great physicist Richard Feynman said, the measure of your intelligence is not your ability to acquire knowledge, but how you handle uncertainty and navigate through it and behave when you don't know what to do. In this context, I'd like to say something, and that this is a bit of good news. Till yesterday, you are guided by your parents, your teachers, your mentors, your colleagues, and they were the ones who were kind of, influencing your thoughts. But now, what you want to do is going to be decided only by you and you. So it's going to be you who decides what to do next. No lectures, no interventions from parents or professors or curriculums or scheduled tests or assignments. It's just you, your wisdom, your passion, and aspirations. So let me share 3 of my personal hacks. The first one is move. When we are young, we take our bodies for granted. We mess with sleep, we skip the meals, we hardly step out to get fresh air, and nowadays mostly, you're glued to the screen. But if there is one thing that is severely underrated, it is movement. Respect your body, devote some time to regularly exercise and keep yourself fit and healthy. The second is master. As you transition from the academic to the professional world, aim to master whatever you do. Try to become incredibly good at some part of your work. Carve a niche for yourself, and this will not only make you confident and valuable, but also push you to stay constantly upgraded. The third is marvel. From how interconnected everything is on this planet to the colors on the wings of a small butterfly, never forget to fill yourself with awe, wonder, and joy. Without it, life has no meaning. It becomes very dull. So move, master, and marvel. These are my 3 M's for you. And now I'm going to add one more bonus M. And the 4th M is more. Try more, do more, and I mean is pay forward whatever goodness that fills your life. Help others, mentor those younger to you, hold your hands to those who are aging, and changing the world is very tough. And everyone can take their small steps and try to do a little bit more than what is expected. Not immediately, of course, but you will have definitely careers to wonder about, you have bills to pay, spouses to meet and marry. So all of these important things are there in your life, but I urge you to remember the 4 M's. Ultimately, as you go out and carve your own identity, remember that you will always represent your alma mater. everyone here at the Adani University will want to see you flourish. While an institution's reputation is founded on its history, its accomplishments, its character is built by its alumni. So go out there, make your families, your teachers, your university, and of course your own selves very proud. I wish you and each and everyone a very best in your future. I'd like to congratulate all the graduating students here today, their families, their parents who have supported them, the teachers who have held their hands through this journey, and wish you all the best for a very bright and successful future. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for sharing with us the power of youth. And once they realize this, they will not only transform their own lives, but also transform the future of this country. And I'm sure they'll all remember the 4 M's shared by you. Achieving success requires a great deal of effort, commitment to one's job, and a resolute mindset, regardless of the outcome. We are fortunate to have among us a remarkable individual who has risen to a high position in his organization through his dedication and hard work. We are glad to have with us Dr. Narottam Sahoo as chief guest for the 6th convocation. Dr. Sahoo is the advisor and member secretary at Gujarat Council on Science and Technology. He is a scientist by profession and science educator by training who has taken science to the common people. He was also a senior scientist at Gujarat Science City, Ahmedabad, with which he has been associated since 2001. Before working in Gujarat, he was a postdoc fellow at Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education of Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai, for 2 years. For his pioneering research work in lignin chemistry, Dr. Sahoo was bestowed with the Institutional Prize, Gold Medal, of the Institution of Engineers in 1998. His contribution to the field of natural sciences brought him the Young Scientist Award given by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of Odisha, in the year 2000. The Indian National Science Academy conferred its prestigious Indira Gandhi Prize for Science Popularization for 2017 on Dr. Sahoo. He has been a Fellow of Sustainability in Science Museum, Arizona State University, USA, and has participated in the programs of the International Urban Corporation, European Union, on climate change and sustainable urban development at Brussels, Belgium. It is now time to acknowledge and celebrate the students who have perfected the art of balancing enthusiasm, commitment, and sheer hard work. I request President Madam Priti Adani and Chief Guest Dr. Narottam Sahoo to please come forward for felicitating students and their parents for their scholastic performance. I request our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. Narottam Sahoo, to award AIIM Gold Medal for Scholastic Performance for 2-year Post Graduate Diploma in Management, Infrastructure Management and Law for Batch 2022. The gold medal goes to Vandit Jain. I request Madam Priti Adani to give away appreciation letter to his parents, Mr. Ketan Kumar Jain and Mrs. Hetal Bain Jain.
Ma'am.
It's now the time to announce scholastic performances for their performance in their first year of PGDM program batch 21-23. First prize goes to Sai Prasadini. I would request Dr. Narottam Sahoo to present certificate to Sai Prasadini and Madam Priti Adani to present certificate of appreciation to her on behalf of her parents. Second prize goes to K. Ashrit Reddy. I would request Dr. Narottam Sahoo to present certificate to K. Ashrit Reddy and Madam Priti Adani to present certificate of appreciation to him on behalf of his parents. Third prize goes to Vijay Okani. I would request Narottam sir to present certificate to Vijay Okani and Madam Priti Adani to present certificate of appreciation to him on behalf of his parents. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Request you to please take your seats. Thank you all. The gift of education is considered a greater gift than providing food, clothing, or even giving life. This is because a person's real life is comprised of knowledge. In line with this philosophy, AIIM is proud to announce its graduating students who are dedicated to becoming ethical professional managers, compassionate leaders, and entrepreneurs with substance. May I now request Dr. Astha Agarwala, Program Chair, AIIM, to present those who have been found qualified for PGDM Award, and Professor M. Muruganant, Director, AIIM, to confer them to PGDM Award.
Candidates for the 2-year postgraduate diploma in infrastructure management and infrastructure law, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their diplomas from the director, and as I call their names, then return to their seats and remain standing in front of their chairs until all the candidates have received their diplomas and the director has conferred the diplomas on them. The candidates would then bow and sit down. Director sir, I present Mr. Vandit Kumar and 49 others, including 7 in absentia, who have fulfilled all the requirements for the award of the postgraduate diploma in infrastructure management and postgraduate diploma in infrastructure law, and request the Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management Academic Council, Faculty Council, and Governing Board to confer the diploma on them.
Members of the Academic Council, Faculty Council, and the Governing Board, may the diploma be conferred on these students. Thank you. By the virtue of authority given to me by the Academic Council, the Governing Board of Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management, I confer on you the 2-year postgraduate diploma in infrastructure management and infrastructure law. And I charge you that in your life, by word and deed, you prove yourself worthy of it. Thank you.
Jain Vandit Ketan Kumar. Sir, you, yes. Akanksha Nigam. Akash Vinod Chandratre. Anchal Tiwari. Anupriya. Arindam Sinha. Ashok Saikia. Dakshesh Patel. Debasmit Khanda. Dev Rajesh Agarwal. संतोकी अर्जुन शैलेश भाई. पटेल हिरवी संजय कुमार. जूही गांधी. कनिका अग्रवाल. पोपट केनिल जगेश. टांक केतन गोविंद भाई मंजुला. सुथार मंथन जतिन कुमार. मिहिर राजेश भाई पटेल. मोहित अहीर. इसरानी निशांत राजेश, अगलावे परेश राजेंद्र, पोचिमी रेड्डी हेमंत कुमार रेड्डी, प्रीत डी कुरिया, प्रियम जैन, पाठक रवि नितिन कुमार, रोहित रहांगडले, सवद श्रुति राकेश भाई, शुभांकर डे, मिश्रा सोहम श्रीनाथ, एस सुष्मिता, स्वर्णदीप देवनाथ, उत्सव गौडानी, जोशी विनीत कीर्ति कुमार, विश्वास फौजदार, यशराज साहनी, यश शर्मा, बाथे अंकुश प्रदीप, शाह जेनिर नैमीश, अजय कुमार गोविंद भाई प्रजापति, Barkha Ladha, Patel Janil Jayesh Bhai, Shastri Karan Gauri Shankar, Samdani Pooja Bharat, and in absentia, Abhay Gupta, Adani Pakshal Mahendra Kumar, Prashant Kumar Singh, Pratik Rakesh Sen, Saurabh Banerjee, Savant Shubham Ajay Sunita, and Shet Dhruvil. The candidates may now bow and sit down.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. And congratulations to the newly graduated students. May I now take this opportunity to introduce and invite Professor Dr. M. Muruganant, Director, Adani Institute of Infrastructure Management, to address the students and the gathering. Professor M. Muruganant is a Commonwealth and Dart Fellow, a doctorate from University of Cambridge, UK, with more than 2 decades of experience. Professor Muruganant has demonstrated experience in the implementation of the STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and management, education model to inculcate the multidisciplinary approach, creating a transdisciplinary impact. An administrator, academician, researcher, and institution builder rolled into one. He remains as the series chairman of one of the largest materials congresses, FIMPART, attended by scientists from over 67 countries. He was the youngest chair professor in the history of this chair position by the Ministry of Steel and Mines, Government of India. May I request, sir, to please address the gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Namita. Namaskar, and a very, very good afternoon. My dear graduates of the Post Graduate Diploma program, esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Narottam Sahoo, Chairperson, Adani Institute of Education and Research, Dr. Priti Adani ji, members of the Academic Council, faculty members, and my dear students. Well, congratulations. I think with a sigh, you should tell yes, right? So congratulations on reaching this significant milestone in your academic journey. Well, today is a day to celebrate your hard work and achievements, and I'm very honored indeed to have this opportunity to speak to you all. The question that remains is, are you ready? That's an emphatic yes. Now, if I add one more question for the future. Absolutely. Excellent. So the future, future, and future, what holds for you is all that we are all thinking day in and day out. Let me start with a quick story, okay? A story of a man who is flying in a hot air balloon, and he realizes that he is lost. He reduces his height and spots another man down below. He lowers the balloon further and shouts, excuse me, can you help me? I promised a friend I would meet him half an hour ago, but I don't know where I am, exclaimed the hot air balloonist. The man below says, yes, I can definitely help you. You are in a hot air balloon, hovering approximately 30 feet above this field. You are between 40 to 42 degrees north latitude and between 58 and 60 degrees west longitude. Now, the hot air balloonist, as you are showing your faces, exclaimed at the man below, "Hey, you must be an engineer, aren't you?" And the man replies, "Indeed I am. How do you know?" "Well," says the balloonist, "everything that you told me is technically correct, but I have no idea what to make out of this information. And in fact, I'm still lost." All right? And the man below now exclaims, "You must be a manager, aren't you?" All right? "And I am indeed," says the balloonist. "How did you know?" "Well," says the man, "you see, you don't know where you are or where you're going, and you made a promise to your friend, which you have no idea how to keep it up, and you expect me to solve your problem. And the fact is, you are in the exact same position you were before we met, and now somehow I'm at fault." All right? If I repeat this question, are you ready? Are you ready for the future, what it holds? It's a very important question. If I can pull some history here, taking us towards what we are going to be. So you're going to be faced with interconnected systems, integrated systems, self-guided systems, self-optimizing systems, automation, and you're expected to express agility, precision, conversion. All right? Pause. Let me pull a quote from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 5. Okay? It goes like this: Udaret atmanam na atmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Which means, elevate yourself through the power of your mind and not degrade yourself. For the mind can be a friend and also enemy of the self. Dr. Priti Adani, while in her address, told you, you need to start working towards elevating yourself in a gist. Be you, the true you, and the one who is true to yourself. How can you be true to yourself? How can you find the passions? And we are all still searching that inner space. And added to that, as you are all mostly placed in respectable organizations, and the organization HR would come and tell you, "Hey, come on, we need to talk about capability, capacity, and competence." I'm sure you all heard these phrases. All right? And capacity is of how much can you take? And capability is how far you go. And competence is about how much do you know. Now, I relate it to three quotients. The capacity here is related to your spiritual quotient, which is still in the inner realm of your experience. The capability is in the emotional quotient. And the competence lie in the domain of intellectual quotient. Now, these three combine to give you something called emotional intelligence. Being aware of your emotions and having control on them. How do you achieve it? Practice. Practice observation within. Practice inner silence, at least for 10 minutes every day. When the emotional impulses within you are low, solutions emerge. You navigate. And that's intelligence. We are hearing it again. Let me quickly recollect a story of a good friend of mine, but a very, very, very senior to me in University of Cambridge. The name is Dr. Art Ong Jumsai. This gentleman, because of his passion, ended up in NASA because he wanted to do something with space shuttles. And he was given a project to devise a Mars lander in Viking 1. He failed 3 times. Cutting the long story short, he failed 3 times. He wanted to give up. But then as a last resort, he felt, let me seclude myself in the forests of California. For 3 to 4 days, he was not to be found, and he was secluding himself. And then he came back because there was a eureka moment. He thought it would work. And bang, it worked. On July 20th of 1976, Viking 1 landed with the lander which he devised. There's a huge or immense power within which needs to be tapped. While we at the institutions enable as much as possible one information content translation into knowledge, but then transcending your own conditionings require your inner work. That's extremely important. Now, while we are talking about Industry 4.0, the fourth industrial revolution, which is characterized by fusion of technologies, which is blurring the lines between physical, digital, and biological systems, and the current technologies of AI, robotics, Internet of Things, and blockchain are rapidly transforming the world even before we realize it. And we are in the world of ChatGPT, right? An exclamation there. Several industries are still coming to terms with Industry 4.0, but then Industry 5.0 is already peeping its head, right? And what is Industry 5.0? That's important, because what I'm talking now is very relevant to how you're going to make yourself for Industry 5.0. The three pillars of Industry 5.0, the human centricity, sensitivity, and sustainability. These are the three pillars of Industry 5.0. Now this is about you as a person, and then as a professional. What we are as a person, and then as a professional. Now, so Industry 5.0 here means organizations are going to be part of the solution and not part of problem. That's important. This is exactly where I have a mantra here, right? Let's call it SCRAL mantra, okay? SCARAL. If we are solution-centric, S. If we are creative, C. If we are resilient, R. If we are adaptable, A. And if you are willing to learn, L. Then it's taken care of in Industry 5.0 because it makes you for what you need to be. Along these lines, I'm very proud to mention here that now AIIM shall be contributing to the world of education in a different name and a little different avatar of Faculty of Management Sciences under the auspices of Adani University since June 2022. Our undergraduate and postgraduate programs are aligned to the cause of sustainability. The curriculum has already inbuilt the components of sustainability, the climate financing, the climate impacts, so that the next generation already is appraised of what is oncoming. We have non-formal programs, customized as well as generic. And we have the doctoral programs, which are for 3 years. And if any of you or many of you are with one of the Adani business units, then you have a great time here because we embrace your problems as our problems and we together solve it through a research model. So you can look for it. We look forward to you as an alumni to get engaged more closely with us so that the journey doesn't stop here. The journey continues for the future. Maybe second, third generation, we will be having more Adanians in this from your own lineage. So I'm really looking forward to build generations here. In conclusion, let me congratulate all of you again for this incredible achievement. As you move forward into the next phase of your lives, let me encourage you to embrace opportunities that lie ahead and continue to learn, grow, and adapt. Remember, attitude towards work, life, and people is just as important as your capabilities and qualifications. So always strive to cultivate the power of persistence, innovation, and continuous learning. Thank you again. I wish you all the best as you embark on this new journey. God bless you, and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And as very rightly said, the journey doesn't stop here, but it continues. May I now have the honor of requesting our chief guest, Dr. Narottam Sahoo, to congratulate newly graduated students and deliver the convocation address.
respected Chairperson of Adani Foundation, Dr. Priti Adani Ma'am, the Professor and Vice Chancellor, Professor M. Muruganant sir, all the esteemed members of Academic Council, Governing Council, faculties of AIIM, all the proud students of 6th batch of AIIM, those who are conferred their degree today, and all the proud parents. It's a great occasion. It's an occasion of a celebration, and it's an occasion of getting the dream to work or to leave the campus and to search for this new journey for which we have spent so many years here. As the Dean Madam was mentioning that this 6th batch was a very unique batch in the history of AIIM, I understood. They started their journey in July 2020, which was the peak time of COVID-19 episode, and everybody was under lockdown. And I don't know, you people who are, you students are so courageous. You have taken the great decision to take a career, and that too in this premier institution, and this very highly interdisciplinary subject like infrastructure management and the studies like that way. So you have learned the real ecosystem of our education system, where everything is closed. Everybody's that situation and that time, that scenario was a very new learning experiences for everyone, from KG students to the PG to the faculties to the policymakers. That time you have learned the real lessons, and that the lessons will guide you. And I am very proud to see these 43 students, those who have successfully completed this course. 50 students, 43 are present here and 7 are in absentia. They have given the awardee. It's a proud moment for all of you, really, your parents, your institution. I thank the Adani Foundations to giving this chance, opportunity for these young graduates to see the world, to explore their potentials, and to go to the field with the right kind of training, skills, experiences, and to explore the unexplored one. Friends, we are in the situation where the G20 missions is going on, and we are India, as President Ma'am, Chairperson Ma'am has mentioned, we are the youngest population and highest intellectual things, and taking the lead in every sector. In that sector, when India is also taking, and the entire globe is looking towards the country for its leadership, for its management skills, for the executional strategies, and all the 20 G20 members are also here in our state. And you people, you students are going out with your degree to serve that type of things. Now you can understand that canvas is ready. You are also groomed. You have your paint, brush, dream, imaginations, all the things. Now you have to draw the pictures. And the picture has to see not only be you, your parents, your society, your family, all across the country, all across the globe. So in that scenario, we have to take lots of inspiration. You have taken a very deep understanding of your subject matter here. This infrastructure development, infrastructure management is the buzzword we can say, because everything, I am not a person from the field of management, but in last 20 years of my scientific studies, research, explorations, I learned a lot of things, how to manage the things. And today, when I have seen your very smiling face, very confident gestures, I can understand that there is nothing difference between the method of science, what we did or what we were doing in our practice or in our process or in our field, nothing different than like what the managerial skills you have been learned. Okay? So in scientific methodology, you have to learn how to put the things together, how to define the project, how to problem statement, how to get into that, what is who are the people behind these things, or what are the things going on in this subject, that literature survey, then preparing an action plan. then some sort of experimentations, then a data analysis or something like that. And that is nothing wrong in your way of managing the things like that, defining the problem to successfully packaging the things. So that's the management, and that's the skill the entire country is looking forward. So though it's a science student, though it's a art student, though it's a law student, though it's a economy or any other branch or any other graduate, so everybody is looking for that comprehensiveness of our knowledge. We want to see the elephant in a shape of elephant, not like holding its leg or the tail or any part of that thing. This is this thing. Gone are the days that we are seeing that only thing that I am a professor in physics. So my entire life and my entire career has gone through the physics, and I don't know what is going other side in the chemistry lab or biology lab, like that way. Okay. So now you are also the torch bearer of this new education policy, which is also diminishing all this compartment. Okay, nobody can work in the silo of physics, chemistry, mathematics, or civil engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science, everything like that way. So now all that walls, that compartment that has been removed out. Okay, everybody is free to choose whatever the course, whatever the subject you like, you can pursue, and you can better get the success in that way, because your mind, your institutions are like that way, interest is there in that way, and that brings the success. And in that way you can enjoy every moment of your life, every moment, every pulses of your thoughts and all like that way. So I think that's way this course that has been designed by Adani Institution of Infrastructure, AIIM, it's giving a proper blending, proper coordination with all other things, in which the country is looking forward, the state is looking forward. In fact, our state is also is recognized for its fast track progress in all such type of infrastructure development. We have record of developing or establishing the highest statue in a very limited time, or any other landmark architectural or some sort of projects in the states or in other parts of the country in a very limited or a very specific time-bound manner. So the policy, the process, the system that has been designed in that way. Suppose if you are taking a project today, so the policy, the action plan is very clear. It will be go through as per the cost, as per the time, as per the execution plan. Nothing has to be gone in a deviation manner. It's not like that 10-year, 5-year project we can continue up to like Panchvarshik Yojana. It is keep on going and going and going, and we never know that when it has to be complete. So all this packaging mode, all this comprehensiveness, all this time-bound submission or something like that, that's our skill set now. I think seeing your face, your bright eyes and things, when you are getting the diplomas, your certificates, I am fully satisfied and confident that you are the right managers, young entrepreneurs, young enthusiasts who can lead our country, our state to the greater height. Lot of things are there with your curriculum in this campus, in Ahmedabad, in state, in the country, in the last 2 years, starting from COVID to our celebration of Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav, and lastly we are entering to this Amrit Kal towards bringing some sort of success in 2047. Here Honorable Prime Minister is looking forward, and his focus is not for the senior peoples or the policy makers or something like that way. Every time he is targeting to the younger generation with their thoughts, their ideas, their spirit, their enthusiasm, so that how best we can bring these things. In fact, with the system of our education and the interventions of the government machinery, everything is now in a celebration mode. Okay? With the Pariksha Pe Charcha, So we have broken down all that type of stress and that type of consciousness of our parents as well as the child itself, that we shouldn't be like that way. I remember when I was preparing for my standard 10 examination, a whole family was concerned. Nobody has to enter to the home, all these things. So there is a good food, good things. Everybody was acting like that way, that nothing has to be going wrong, so that the candidate has to be face any difficulty in getting the problem thing. And before returning from the exam also, not without taking a glass of water or something, that everybody was asking, how was the paper? How much mark you will be securing? In like that way. That's the very practical things we are experiencing every day at this thing. Now, our system, our policy is saying that how we can convert it as a skill set type of things. We can learn the things in a better way, so that we can, whatever we are getting the mark or something, it is not like that percentage is 99.99 or something. Then we have not having anything to how to put a fuse in our household affairs or something like that. So, lot of skills have been coming, skill set that has been the priority in our education system. I think you have seen all the things in this campus. This campus is on this highway. Every day from Gandhinagar, our council office to Science City, I come across this beautiful building, beautiful campus. I can understand that how best you can grooming through here, with the very bright our academic council members as well as the faculties also there. In GUJCOST, we are promoting science, technology and innovation. So we invite the bright ideas, the proposals, these things, so something like that. We have also received some of the proposal from this campus institution, which we are also funding also for their research and for the organizing some sort of brainstorming session, something like that. But still, we are also very open that how best we can give our students a platform, so that they can be the role model for other students in the other parts of the country or this thing. So this year we have started a program called that's India's biggest STEM quiz. It's a quiz for standard 9 to 12 standard students, and our prize money is around 2 crores. Okay. And it's a program, and in fact, though we are not in the line Department of Education, we got around 6 lakh of students all across the country. They have registered, and now that should be some sort of district level competition, that should be state level competition, and that's a grand finale that we are also planned sometimes in first week of March at Science City. Similarly, we are having another biggest competition in robotics. That's Gujarat RoboFest 3. So 2 editions we have concluded in the state level manner. So this year we planned it as a national level program, but it was open for other countries also. So we have received around 625 ideations, registrations by all the states and some of the 10 or 12 international institutions also. So their prize money is also 5 crore. We are keeping this prize amount to in a very higher version, so that the students, the institution, the faculty shouldn't take it like that this is a very common thing, something like that. When we are researching on the process, we came to know that these types of competition is a first of its kind, organized by government sector with such a transparent and such a things this thing. Robotic, we are not to the domain expertise field like yours institutions, but still we saw that there is a IIT where Delhi is organizing that robotic competition, where hardly 40 to 50 organizations are participating. But here we are getting, at a first announcement, we got 625 ideations. So you can see that how best our students are looking for opportunity. And when Director Sir also mentioned, we are learned lot of things, but the learning will be come to the light when we are just, suppose you imagine the scene where you have been thrown out from the aircraft at a certain height. Okay, and you are coming down to you are trying to touch the ground with the parachute. We don't know what to do. And we never experienced that how the parachute has to open and how I come to keep the balance so that I can safely landed in Ahmedabad, not in Andaman Nicobar or something like that. Okay? In that sector, I am telling this story to all of you just to give a coincidence like that. You are the future of the country. Okay? So you have learned a lot of things to how to manage the things. You can see how the manipulate also the scenario just to bring the best in your product or process or the result. So in that scenario, there is a lots of opportunities are there in terms of energy, in terms of climate change, development, in terms of space technology, in terms of our atomic energy, in terms of our disease surveillance, in terms of hardcore biotechnology type of things. Lot of things is there. And here, the domain expertise is there, might be the scientists or engineers or something like that, but they need a good manager to comprehend the things, to package the things like that way. We are also, today also in a very success day also, this morning ISRO has a successful launch with so many number of satellites put in the one by one in the satellite in that particular sectors. But this year is another opportunity, and I think this is for you also. You just have to explore the things. So this year, as per our Honorable Prime Minister's vision and dream, this year we are sending our Gaganyaan, okay, the shuttle which has to carry the Indian astronaut to the space. Okay, earlier we had a record of squadron leader Rakesh Sharma in 1994. He has been to space for 5 to 7 days, and that time our then PM has talked to him, and he was answered also. The PM was asked how you are feeling like that from the space, seeing the India from your space the shuttle. So that answer was, it was like that, Hindustan Sara Jahan se acha, something like that he was replied. And we recently had an interaction with Dr. Rakesh Sharma, squadron leader Rakesh Sharma, and when he was seeing that how the preparation is going on for taking our Indian astronaut with Tiranga to the space, so he was quite optimistic, and he was telling that खास मेरा एज थोड़ा कम हो गया होगा, so I can also join in that part. He is 84. When we invited him to be a part of our program, he expected, he was very gladly accepted that invitation, but he was mentioning that I can come to Ahmedabad physically, and there is no problem, but here I am taking care of my mother. So I can't leave her alone for that much time. So I'll be comfortable if you can allow me on the virtual platform. So he is 84, and you can imagine how old or how senior her mother should be. But he had a 2 hour of talk to a young student like all of you. So Gaganyaan is India's first indigenous space travel developed by ISRO. It is taking 3 of our satellites, 3 of our astronauts, and this astronaut, they have designated, they have been trained how to challenge the very challenging time, which has never been taught, never been practiced also. So they have to go with that shuttle. At certain positions, they have to perform some of the scientific activities, and they have to come down. And nobody knows how the things will be going on. Though there are 3 or 4 dry runs is going on, and in that case, this astronaut, our Indian astronaut, they have also been named as a very new name. So Honorable Prime Minister has given that this is our mission, our shuttle is known as Gaganyaan, and those who are travelled with Gaganyaan, so they have to be named as Gagannut. Okay, that like all Russian astronauts, they named as cosmonaut. All American NASA astronaut, they known as astronaut. But the astronaut from India traveling through our Gaganyaan, so they will be Gagannut. So if you next time you will be coming to Science City, we will be showing you the real model of a Gaganyaan as well as the Gagannut, how they are looking and how they are been ready to train. So the reason I am sharing these experiences to all of you like that. So all these missions need that young managers, managerial skills, expertise, enthusiastic like all of you. So there is no discipline like that. We need scientists from physics background, chemistry background, or electronics or computer science. Yes, that should be needed, but the team structure has to be designed in such a way so there was no way to see that any fault or something like that way. Okay, so lots of opportunities are there on the land, on the air, in the state, in the nation, in the abroad. I'm just giving the connection from the state to country to G20, from the ground zero to space station. Okay, so a lot of things, all opportunities are all of you, and you have your parachute with you. Hold it tightly. Okay, hold your confident, very confidently, and explore the unexplored one. The sky has no limit, and I think I am so happy to share these times with you. We can see that unimaginable things which was not thought for, and you will be doing that one, and you will be bringing that proud moment, not only for you, not only for your parents, not only for this institution, for entire country. The Hindustan will be with you. Okay, with this word, I once again congratulate all these 50 bright students, bright young managers. I would like to congratulate the management, and I would also congratulate to everybody for this Adani University recognition for this beautiful campus. I hope so many candidates, so many courses, so many curriculums has to be designed here, which was to be helped to bring this nation, the states in a better height, to the newer height in every sectors. And I thanks the President Chairperson, Dr. Priti Adani Ma'am, Director, and all these faculties for giving me a chance to share our that whatever we are discussing, our young students in general with this management students. I hope the future is very bright. You have a healthy content, you have a great dream, and we are here in ground zero to see that how best, how high you are going fly with your training and themes. Thank you very much, and wish a very bright career and future for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an inspiring message and sharing with us all the available opportunities awaiting ahead for us. Your words were truly uplifting, and I'm sure have filled all of us here with motivation and positivity. Thank you. May I now request Professor Dr. M. Muruganant to declare the convocation ceremony closed.
Thank you all. I declare the convocation closed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have come close to the end of the program. Now we have the national anthem followed by the return of academic procession. I request the members in the audience and dignitaries on the dais to rise for the national anthem and remain standing until the procession exits the hall.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request graduated students to kindly join the procession and gather near the knowledge steps for group photograph.
उन्होंने मेरे को वीडियो उतारी। अभी नहीं, अच्छा।